So, we're going to talk about today what's working in growing a coaching business currently. What am I seeing across the board and what trends are showing up? Before I go there, if you're new here, I'm Michelle Sera, and this is my channel Coach Diaries, where I bring you along with me while I am growing my coaching business, and more specifically, while I am reaching for this very ambitious goal of growing my email list by 4,000 subscribers in 2025 without any paid ads or complicated strategies. So you get to see me make mistakes, have some huge wins, and learn a whole lot along the way, which I am sharing with you. So, let me come back to this topic of what's working, and then I'll give you an update of where I am in this first quarter goal, which we're getting pretty darn close to the quarter being over, of 1,000 new subscribers to my list, where I'm at with that, how I did it, and so on. Coming back to what's working in growing a coaching business, I think this is really important, especially for those of us who are solo coaches. We're kind of wearing all the hats, um, to know what's working. And it's interesting because about a year and a half ago, I suspected that this was something that was beginning to happen or change or shift. And we come back around to these cycles of what's working in the online space. We repeat them again and again with slight differences. But what I have seen happening in the last year and a half, roughly, is especially around high ticket offers, that high ticket coaching programs are still converting well. They're still doing well. And this is a specific business model for coaches. But what I am seeing is people wanting more choices, more options. So, what I mean by that is you have your high ticket program, but you also have some smaller programs or even products and services available. So, the other thing in relation to having a high ticket program is we're seeing the need for a lot more nurturing leading into the high ticket program. So just meaning people need to hear from you more often. They need to experience your work in smaller risk scenarios, meaning like a low ticket item, right? A low ticket product, or maybe even a one-off session. Now, this isn't the case for everyone, of course. Some people who have coaches who have a high ticket program are steadily booking strategy sessions, strategy calls, enrolling into those programs. And as I said, that's still working, but we are seeing this kind of increase in a need or desire for more choices. If you have a high ticket program, and you are growing your business with that, consider having a downsell, another option if that program isn't a fit for everyone. Or consider creating, say, 3 to 5 digital products or a la carte services. Let me give you an example. Email coaching can be an example, a way to offer something, another option, another low risk experience, meaning that it doesn't cost nearly as much as the high ticket program. It might be anywhere from $47 to $197 a month. Voxer coaching, another big thing, right? Where you can price it much lower than a high ticket program. And of course, there are some kind of rules around this, some boundaries, so that this is not an unlimited service. Another one is, let's see, we have email coaching, we have Voxer coaching, and even like laser coaching. So this has often been promoted as unlimited, meaning you have these very short sessions, 15 to 20-minute coaching sessions that people can book as many as they want. But there are some rules there. So there are some certain actions and maybe homework that needs to be followed through with before a person can book another session with you. One-off sessions. So just being able to book one session with you, one, 60 to 90-minute session with you, it priced anywhere from, 197 to 397, just depending on what your current pricing is. Again, just having more options and choices. And a lot of these, the ones that I've just shared with you, don't necessarily require that you build anything. You simply need a way for people to pay and then schedule their session, right? Or set up their the email coaching. Again, there are some rules to that. It just gives people more choices, more options. And if a high ticket program isn't the right thing for them at this point in time, then they can try some of these other, coaching services. Or again, if you create a mini course or a simple like digital product like with that has a template pack or a journal or a series of workbooks and maybe a couple of training videos, these things can work really well. Even low tier or low ticket memberships can work really well. Okay. So keep that in mind. I do see across the board that people are wanting more and more of this. And I have talked with many coaches who have high ticket programs and different models that are experiencing more results right now with offering these kind of a la carte services or just lower tier, mid tier offers like digital products or a mid tier course, for example. So that's working really well. Growing your list with bundle giveaways is working really well. If you don't have a budget for paid ads, this is another option for you. You may have a budget for paid ads, but you don't have the knowledge needed to run paid ads without wasting a whole lot of time and money, right? So that's another option for you. Bundle giveaways might be a good source to grow your list with. Now, that brings me to where I am with my list growth. So you know that my goal for this year is to grow my list by 4,000 email subscribers without any paid ads. And I broke that down into quarters so that this first quarter, my goal is to hit 1,000 new subscribers to my email list. And I am currently at 849. I just wrapped up last week another bundle giveaway. I don't have another one that I'm participating in until the 1st of April. There's actually two that I'm participating in at the same time. So those two, as I said before, are rather large events. I expect the results from those to be pretty big. Now, the one thing that I do want to bring up that I don't know that I have mentioned before is typically I report my numbers in terms of the new subscribers that I have gotten from a list growth event. Right around, I look at the numbers throughout the event, of course, and then at the end, the last day of the event, like the next day, I pull that number and add that into my tally. But what's really happening though is people are still signing up for your free offer long after the event is over. And so when I say like the event is over, that means no one is promoting the event anymore. They're not emailing about the event, putting it out there. But people still have access to the free offers for a certain amount of time. And when you look at the details for a specific bundle giveaway event, the host will tell you what that time frame is. Like they'll say, make sure that your free gift is available and that page stays up, for another 30 days. And so you're going to see that people are still trickling in and opting in for the free offer, because if they have an email that's been sitting in their inbox for a week, they can still click on it and access those things. And some hosts will shut that down too. But if they have already opted into the event, signed up to have access to all of the free gifts, then they will still have access to those free gifts for a certain amount of time. Remember that you're still going to get people coming into your list after the event is over. And sometimes you will see that that's even when you get that bigger influx, which is kind of cool. And which is what happened for me with this last event. I did get quite a few more subscribers to my list for after the event closed, which is really great. So that puts me at 849. So that puts me at 151 more to go before the end of the quarter. And, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it, honestly, because I don't have any more events. If more continue to trickle in across the last couple events that I've had, then there's that possibility, although I don't think that that's likely to happen. So what I do expect to happen though is that first week of April that I will definitely hit that 1,000 mark and surpass it. So I'm excited to see that happen because that will be a very big milestone. And it is also really promising that I will reach my goal this year of 4,000 new subscribers if I continue as I am. So I'll keep you updated on that. And, I hope that it's been helpful for you to know what's working as far as growing a coaching business and offers that are out there. And, another thing around that I didn't mention is email marketing is still very huge and very integral in your growing your coaching business. So if you are not emailing your list regularly, I highly encourage you to do so and put some practices in place to get consistent with that, because that is where a lot of your sales and clients can come through. Back to bundle giveaways. If you would like to grow your list with more intention and in bigger leaps and bounds, and paid ads is not an option for you at this point in time, then I encourage you to download the list growth planning calendar that I use. There's a link below for you. Get a copy, make it your own, and follow along with me. Learn the mistakes that I'm making so that you don't, and begin to grow your list, because that should be your number one priority when you're growing a coaching business. Okay. So that's it for now. I will update you next week. I believe then I will already be in the next 2 list growth events, so I should have some news to report there as well. One of those events I'm also a sponsor for, and although I will not include those numbers, I will share the results of that so that if being a sponsor for an event is worth it. All right. So have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me here on Coach Diaries. It means the world to me to know that someone is watching and someone is listening, and I hope it is of help for you. If it is, like and subscribe. Help me to expand my reach and help more coaches grow their businesses too. I'll see you next time.